Hello, this is alertwolf here. I'm going to bring you another review, this time of BTOOOM Episode 7, and this one's called Virtual Bride. Now, this one begins with a flashback, basically, of their virtual wedding, Sakamoto and Himiko, and he wants to meet her, and she's like, let's leave it as the fantasy, it's better if we don't meet. Then we get back into the fight between Rambo and Sakamoto. Sakamoto ends up completely outflanked by this guy. He tries to like say, hey, if you don't do it, if you don't attack, blah blah blah, and you can join us and we can find a way out. He goes, yeah, what's your plan? You don't have a plan. He goes, well, I got the drop on you. I'll get you. Oh, now you're gonna threaten me. I hate kids like you. And then he was about to throw the bomb at him, and then a timer bomb comes his way, and the lawyer had joined up. And so, so what happens is, he ends up losing his bombs, but he manages to make a break for it and get away. So he runs a roundabout way to get to where they are. And Himiko's like, you were spotted. They could even if they didn't track you on radar, they could track you other ways, footprints and everything. I gotta get out of here now. And so she goes to leave, but it's too late. Rambo dude's already there. He has a drop on them. He has a knife. And Sakamoto's like, listen, man. You don't have to do this. I worked as a debugger for the game. The people behind BTOOOM are behind this. This seems like a game that's still being developed. There's still bugs in it. There's still holes, and I can find those holes. He goes, kid, you're just wishful thinking now. And then in the end, he was gonna kill him, and Taya steps in. And when he steps in, he gets his fingers cut off, and the kid gets actually knocked down, and he falls off the building, which is onto a cliff, and where people assume he's dead. And then they take the girl and the provisions with them. You get a quick flashback of more of the wedding scene, just for a second. And Sakamoto wakes up because he's like, Himiko, and he doesn't know why he's thinking of her, but he should. And so basically, from this point on, we get he climbs back up. He sees Taya. Now Taya has had a bunch of his fingers cut off. He's been bit by the Komodo dragon. He's not in any shape. They just housed all of them. They took the girl. They took the provisions and foods, and he's gonna bleed to death. And he's like, I'm done. He's crying. He's in a lot of pain. He's like, you can't leave me here. I'll go insane. He goes, I have to go save Himiko. Whoa. Right before that, when he gets onto the top of the platform, he sees her phone. He's like, and when he looks in the phone, he sees the name Himiko. And he's like, she was dressing up like a BTOOOM character. It all fits now. He gets it. So he knows who she is. And he goes, I gotta go save her. And he's like, you can't leave me. I'm gonna go insane. Now, you know what? I understand, like, this is almost a step back for Taya, because, he started to get more bold. He was sneaky, taking the things, and he didn't crack like this with with getting bit by the Komodo dragon. He still managed to take lead, take charge, and do what he had to do. So people may complain that this is a step back for his character, him freaking out like this, but that's just it. He's been through so much that he reached a breaking point when his fingers got cut off. He just did. Now that's a clear sign to me this dude's gonna die soon. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen in the next episode. I'm not gonna get too far into it, but he's clearly not gonna make it. So then, Sakamoto leaves. He's like, listen, I also got to get you fresh towels, bandages and water. You're not going to live either. I have to do this for both of you, basically. And he bounces, and Taya's screaming for him, but he has to go. and he manages. Now the next scene we get is they're enjoying the spoils of victory. You know, the lawyer dude has cracked. By the way, he's freaking lost it. He's completely insane now. I have to put that out there. He was a good dude. He's just crazy, and he's just lost his marbles and given in to the bloodlust, so to speak, and the insanity of the situation. But they have the Himiko. She's tied up to the bed. And Rambo dude's like, she's like, listen, you know, if you want to kill me, you can kill me, I won't even struggle, but just leave me pure. He goes, that's what you think I brought you here for? No, there are other ways to get pleasure other than that. Because I call it leeching or whatever. I like torturing my victims and cutting off pieces of their flesh. And seeing how long they can last. He's fucking sick. So he starts to cut on her arm. And then they get pinged. And who do they get pinged by? Obviously Sakamoto's tracking them. And he's nasty. And then she pings back twice, and he pings twice. And they're like, oh, it's like they're communicating. And they're like, the bitch. And they're like, it can't be the fat dude. He's in no shape to do anything. They're like, the kid must have survived. So Sakamoto's coming. Unarmed, though. He knows he's unarmed. So he sends... Rambo dude sends lawyer dude out with the timer bombs to ambush him. He's like, dude, you need to ambush him, blah, 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 because, you know, we got to get him, and if he gets past you, I'll get him. And so what happens is, you hear a couple explosions, and he's like, did he get one explosion, two explosion? You're like, did he get past him? What's going on here? Then you hear steps in his head, Rambo dude's head, in the Rambo dude's head. Basically, he's thinking, this is gonna be it. This is over. You know, it's too late. We're pretty much done. And I gotta get Sakamoto because the other dude probably didn't make it. So he's about to kill him. And it turned out to be the lawyer dude. And he's like, I don't know what happened. I threw a bomb and he just disappeared and he vanished. And I can't find him on the radar. You know, I can't find him. I set up 3 of them, but he only heard 2 explosions. So what happened was Sakamoto doubled back on him and came from a different entrance to this building that they're hiding in. And he finds the room where Himiko's in. He opens the door. The door was rigged with an explosive. He deactivates it, and they're good. Now, here's something we've learned that he confirms for us, which is if a bomb gets used on you, but you deactivate it, if it gets activated, but you deactivate it, that bomb is now unlocked and can be used by anybody. Or you only? I'm going to guess anybody. So, that's what we get. You know, Sakamoto now has this impact grenade that he could use at will. So he's good to go. He's like, maybe I could pull off a miracle. He unties her. She's crying, you know, happy to see him. He's like, hey, Himiko, it'll be okay. She goes, how do you know my name is Himiko? How do you know that name? He goes, I saw it on your phone. He goes, you know, you're a platoon player. He goes, you may know me because we may have played a lot together. I'm Sakamoto. And she's like, oh, you're that really famous guy who's like, you know, top 10 in the world or some shit. And he's like, yeah. She goes, no, that's not me. I mean, that's all I know of you. I barely play the game. She's lying. She's completely lying through her teeth because he's the dude. And maybe she doesn't believe that he's the dude. Maybe he thinks she's playing her. But she's completely lying. And in his head, he's going, no, you know, I only got this far because I thought she was Himiko. But I don't know. In my heart, she'll be Himiko from now on. And basically, you know, from there, they go to escape. The other guys run back on them. They get pinged. Himiko and Sakamoto get pinged. The lawyer dude and the Rambo dude go after him. They double back on him. And the lawyer dude has gotten freaking nuts. And he sees Sakamoto and he's running after him, trying to throw grenades at him. Sakamoto doubles back, throws an impact grenade at him, kills the lawyer dude. But then Himiko gets caught by the other dude because you can't fool him. And so Rambo dude has Himiko. He's like, listen, come out. I want all the chips that you guys have been killing. You've been killing a lot of chips. When you add up everybody's chips, including the dude that just died, that's like 8 chips. And I am good to go. And she's like, I don't have the chips. Because they should have checked the fat guy. Because Taylor's the one with all the chips. So he's like, I'll tell you what. Come out, we'll fight unarmed. And if you could take me, you could take me. So he throws down his knife, which is his weapon of choice. And, you know, he had come to a conclusion that the radar doesn't mean shit. These bombs don't mean shit. It's all about the knife, you know? And so Sakamoto rushes for the knife. He's like, everybody goes for the knife, stupid. And he's ass beat by the mercenary guy. And he's about to get his arm broken. And he's thinking, I'm going to die. And even gets the real Himiko, what's going to happen? And then Himiko jumps in to save him. And then he pushes her back. And, like, Sakamoto gets back up. Hits the button or she hits the button. I'll take that back. I think she hits the button that's on his, because he has all the grenades he's wearing as like on a belt around him, like he's pinned him to himself. So she hits it, and it's a chemical bomb. The chemical bomb goes off. They start running. It goes off on him, so it starts dissolving him. And they get to a dead end. The smoke is going to get him, but he notices there's a skylight. He does a few wall jumps, and she's like, wow, you know, impressed by his athleticism. And he goes to pull her up. But in the cloud, dissolving in the cloud, is Rambo dude. Hands down, the toughest motherfucker on the show that I have. You know, one of the toughest dudes I've seen in a long time. He is literally dissolving, and he's still trying to get him. And and then he's gonna get her, and he's gonna get him, and he freaking drops the timer grenade on him. He's like, a timer grenade, and he falls down. And in the timer grenade, basically, he's like, if I can hit it in time, I won't die. And he goes, when did he even get this? And then he realized that there should have been 3 explosions, but he heard 2 in the beginning. So he didn't get to press it in time. Boom goes the dynamite. Kills this dude. The explosion. They're left, like, seriously hugging, you know what I'm saying? And then they're both embarrassed by it. And that was pretty much the episode. Let me double check to see if I missed anything. But yeah, that was the episode. Now, what did I think about this episode? I thought this episode was amazing. We missed one thing I forgot to mention was, you know, the only weapon Sakamoto had in the beginning was the taser. Once he lost his weapons, that's how he was able to escape, because he tased the lawyer, and he noticed the taser's getting weaker because it's, you know, it's not being recharged, obviously. Oh, that's what I missed. The very end, it just came to me. Right after they survive, you have that fat guy who's the game master, and he's talking to a crowd of, it almost looks like Congress, TV screens of dudes in them, saying, see, Sakamoto looked like he was going to lose, but he pulled it out in the end. This third version of the game is going great. Still some bugs to be worked out, but it's progressing. Third version, third game. And I knew I was forgetting something. Alright, that being said, I absolutely love this episode. Everything was awesome in it. You know what? I've been holding back to 5 out of 5. I think I'm going to do it. Bam. 5 out of 5. I did it. So... where was I? Alright, so 5 out of 5. I thought that it was amazing. I thought everything... I thought the action in it was superb. You know, the the fact that Sakamoto was getting owned for a while was great, because we haven't really seen that. In fact, he was able to come back. We got to see Tara more injured. You know, Sakamoto now knows that she's Himiko, even though she lied about it. So there's a little question, but she knows who he is, and so I really like that. Now, I think you know, next week looks like another. It looks like a weird one, honestly. I think we from the preview, you know, they haven't left yet. We get introduced to new people, and you know, I think there's new villains that they're going after, and it's like White Ghost. I believe it's the name of the White Ghost is the name of the next episode. So again, I really enjoyed this episode. The violence was good. The strategy was good. The progression was good. The progression of the relationship between the two main characters was good. And this is almost fully confirmed. I've been saying for 2 weeks, Tara's days, although I like him, are pretty much done. I don't know how many more episodes he's going to live through, but he's clearly dying soon. That being said, I'm excited for next week. I think that's good. I think there's nothing really else to say about this episode, except for it was amazing. So this is alertwolf here, telling you to click it up if you like it. Subscribe if you can, comment if you must, and this is alertwolf signing out.